Hey everybody, I'm Brian Posehn, comedian, writer, actor, nerd. I've been playing D&D with my friends for a long time. I decided to do a new podcast where we play Dungeons & Dragons in my very own dining room with my wife, kid, and my noisy dogs. So meet my friends,
Sarah,
Ken,
Dan,
Blaine.
Now it's time for another episode of Brian Posehn's Nerd Poker, Season 2.
What's up, everybody? It's Rose from Brian Posehn's Nerd Poker, and the Iron Man Mark III figure here, and
Thanks, buddy.
6-cent figure. Episode 7, Series 2.
Yeah.
And just so you know, you can get this picture. I mean, not a picture, toy at Toys R Us or Target.
Actually, just Target.
Thanks, buddy.
Coolest figure ever.
He doesn't know about TRU yet, does he?
Oh my gosh.
Now, if Toys R Us goes out of business, I'm going to have to get all my pink eye online.
You do know that? Oh, I hadn't told you.
Yeah.
How'd you hear?
Orange.
Great. Yeah, we'll go there before they close, buddy.
You gotta load up on those $2 action figures.
All right. So apparently our babysitter told him the Toys R Us is closed. That was Rhodes, you guys.
Yay!
Hope you're not, we didn't spoil that for you. I hope you already knew.
And that you don't work there.
Yep. What's going on?
He's scanning it.
He just came here to stare at you while you
Okay.
record your podcast.
Episode what?
Make your head explode.
7.
I saved that one.
Yeah, I know, but we're gonna get into the show, so you gotta go.
Yo.
Thanks, buddy.
He's just really auditioning hard for the spinoff.
Right.
He's just like, come on, let me.
We've got Sarah, Ken, Dan, Blaine,
Roads.
and Sam and Rhodes.
You know, he's probably wound up because we're recording this on the Randy Rhodes anniversary.
Oh, it is. Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
that sounds awesome.
Yeah, not for Randy, but everybody else is great. Hey, hi.
But that's.
Oh, crap.
Mommy just pulled him. Mommy came in and gave him the hook.
child collector.
Melanie, ladies.
Nothing like the motherly love of a neck dart.
Thank you. I just want to give a shout out to yet another Patreon subscriber who is paying us more per month than they need to. Thank you, Brendan Smith.
Thanks,
Oh yeah,
brother.
thanks, Brandon.
Yay! Why are you so generous? It's weird.
Paid for your fat Sal's tonight.
Hell yeah. Oh, finally, Fat Sal. Sarah, you got to have Fat Sal's. What's your review?
It was delicious. Although I regret not getting one of those shakes that is just made of 10 other desserts.
They're insane.
Yeah, the pretzel cake.
Yeah,
pretzel cake
exactly.
shake.
40,000 calories.
Sure.
Yes, I'm now going to go curl up in a ball and hibernate. It's been nice knowing you all. Hey, we're in a weird, creepy town, and you guys,
It's called Encino.
It's not that bad.
you guys made me come to the valley, and I resent it. And here's my rant. What's up with Thousand Oaks? What's up with Sherman Oaks?
I saw Rant. It was really good. It wasn't as good as Cuts.
I get it. It was a Rent Cats joke.
Yeah.
No one else got it ever.
No one will get it even after
Well, I
we explain
knew
it for a
he
few
was
minutes.
doing Rent, but I didn't get Cuts.
I mean, it wasn't a good joke.
Yeah.
It's just,
Sorry.
it's just a different vowel. It's a vowel movement joke.
Okay.
Oh, God.
We'll be right back with
That's
more
the one that
Rhodes.
hurt. I apologize for insulting you before you did that.
Thanks for listening.
It's weird they never did dogs, and now they will.
Really?
Because I said it on this
Oh,
podcast.
yeah, you ruined it.
A lot of musical fans listen to this podcast.
Midnight and my owner's putting peanut butter on his balls. Is that how it goes?
Good night, Rhodes.
Yes. I don't know if it has such a weird accent, but yes.
You know, whenever I sing that cat
Sort of a
song, I have
Muppet
to-
and sort of Adam
It
Sandler.
sounded like Yiddish theater for a minute. It's midnight and the kid is asleep.
It's my impression of David Letterman singing that song every time he did it.
Midnight.
Anyway, are we started?
Yeah, in fact,
All right, let me get my shirt on.
You're on the. Oh, thank God you're dressed. And you're at the edge of Tinat in the College of Roke area. And you guys just defeated a bunch of ugly stuff. You made them scatter.
Yeah.
And where there was once a mage tower, there is now a fungal spire reaching up into the clouds. It's glowing. It's creepy. And you're all racing to this guard's entrance to the wall
Are
that's
there
behind
still
some dorms.
bodies flowing through a portal endlessly?
Unless you want to change your direction, yes, you see over your shoulder there are some endless
Very
bodies
cool.
flying through some portals that you cast. You thwarted some sort of weird ritual that looked like it was opening a gate in the side of the spire.
That's probably good.
And you're running away from it, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, you're headed towards, there's a little gap between the buildings and the wall where you can enter the wall. It's made for guards.
Could Skeletor's dick fit through that gap?
Maybe a baby gap.
Skeletor's dick is just like this little thing. It's,
Okay, so
it
it
fit
could.
through most gaps.
Okay, cool.
I mean, fits in most thimbles.
Right.
And
He
yeah,
not only has blue balls. It's all blue. Because Skeletor.
They're based on Frank Langella's actual balls.
Funny.
I saw on
Weird silence on
YouTube
it.
someone uploaded like this scene from the new He-Man cartoon where like you see Skeletor lose his face. And I was like, that's
no.
too much backstory.
Wow.
Like I suddenly,
Yeah, I don't want the backstory.
Yeah.
and I'm not sure I'm right about this, but I want to say he was just some muscular like elf-looking dude. And then like
Is it
some
a
weird-
gritty reboot?
Yeah. And you see like the acid that like melts his face. I was like, this
Is
is
it for kids?
How they made like
for like 12-year-olds.
Yeah, like Who Framed Roger
well,
Rabbit, also for kids. Also
they made
acid.
the villain in Power Rangers. They made her terrifying. It was what's her name?
Elizabeth
the blonde.
Banks.
Oh, right,
Elizabeth Banks. Yeah, she like eats a homeless person in the first act. It's the fucking.
Oh, in the
terrifying-
movie?
Yeah, in the movie. I showed it to Rhodes. You know, and on the show, she's ridiculous and cartoony.
Oh, she's goofy,
Yeah.
yeah.
In the
She's got that
movie,
hair that kind
in the
of-
movie, it's Elizabeth Banks. She eats people to get their power and shit. It's like, and it's kind of rough.
Yeah.
If you're gonna eat people for their power, I don't know if I'd start on homeless people.
For
That's
their
a
energy,
little rude.
yeah.
I mean, ugh, God,
Spoiler.
Yes. Power Rangers spoiler.
Yeah. Spoilers for
No,
the whole
it's something no
series.
one ever said.
No, the nerd poker Power Rangers Venn diagram is just one lens far apart from another lens.
Another dad just went, damn it, I was going to have to watch that. And now,
So all you guys are running towards this gate, right? And
Right.
Yeah.
so you kind of run around a corner and you see there's 4 guards standing with their swords in their hands at attention, and they see you kind of around the corner, and they're like, "What's your business? What's your business?"
We came here with Captain Kenwald of the Thane's Guard.
And they say, "Oh, you're the travelers."
Yes.
Right. You coming in, or what are you doing? You were leaving us.
No ins and outs.
We're leaving. We've managed to stall some of what's going on here, but we need to fan out and get more information.
All right. So one of them steps aside. You can easily go through the door.
well, that's where we're trying to go, right? Yeah,
Yep. So you go in and you hear there's some sort of warning bell going off down this corridor. You come in and there's torch lit corridors going in 2 different directions. You're now inside the wall. Okay. So it's all just one long hallway that kind of wraps around the city. There's probably little bigger buildings built into it, but right now you just see hallway and there's another door in front of you. And there's no one in immediate sight.
Ceilings.
Ceilings are about 10 feet up.
Okay.
Keep going straight.
All right. So
And there's lights.
There's
Tor-
torches,
torches,
yeah,
torches.
and you hear warning bells as if the guards are being summoned somewhere. There's clearly a lot going on in the city, so it doesn't surprise anybody.
Okay.
You go out the door, and there's just one guard on the other side, and he sees you, and he's like, you must be the travelers. I heard about you. What's going on? How's the College of Roke doing? You were just coming from there, or this is the the exit by the college. I heard a lot of noise on the other side of the wall, but I've been kind of out here by myself for a few hours. What's going on in there?
Shitstorm.
It's not good.
It's not good. You should probably find another, do a buddy system kind of situation here, because I don't think you want to be by yourself.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad.
He's like, okay, don't really have a way to do that, but I'll keep that in mind. Maybe I'll poke my head in the door, see if someone can help me out here. And he does. He kind of like keeps peeking back out where you guys are, but he's like, oh no. And then he disappears after a moment. You guys are now outside the city of Tinant, and in the back of your minds, very quietly, you hear. That's the Final Fantasy and battle music because you have completed the prologue portion of this campaign, and you've all just earned 1,000 experience points.
Now we have to sit through a 5-minute cutscene.
Yeah. And now you don't get to play the game for a while. You have to listen to me talk. No, that's not actually what's going to happen. But I will set the scene a little bit. You're kind of in a...
It's going to take 2 hours for it to load.
That's right. Insert gameplay disc 4. So on either side, either direction, back to your left and your right, you see where the wall goes. There's sort of like dirt paths that trace around. In front of you, you see there's a dirt path that seems to go for a little while and then match up with a road. According to a map you have it, the road goes south. You're in the southeast corner of the outside of the city of Tinat. Directly in front of you, you see a couple of buildings. It looks like there's a gazebo a little farther. It looks like there's maybe a stable a little farther down.
How many she-males do you gazebos do you she-males need? So, remember Wyrm?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Fucked it up.
You sure did, because I don't know what the reference was.
Chief Wiggum joke.
I prefer Ralph Wiggum jokes. Pee slowly appearing in the middle of his pants. That's how I quote The Simpsons.
Tastes like burning.
And then they made, was it 10 babies and one of them looked at me?
And one of the babies looked at me.
That was the hardest I ever laughed at The Simpsons when he described Krabappel and Skinner making love in the closet. Yeah, so you guys see, like, this is the poor part of the suburbs, it feels like. You almost think you see in the distance a little shanty town. And then a couple houses down towards the road, you see, like, there's some people standing in the streets watching some kind of argument. What do you do?
See what's going on over there.
Yeah, I feel like we also need to rest at some point and examine our star map that we have before we decide what we want to do next. But we can go check out this argument.
Yeah, and let's go to Charlie Sheen's house. Star map.
Anger management. So, as you guys walk down the dirt path a little bit, you see the argument is between a stocky woman, and she is threatening some sort of lizard-like creature that's bipedal and has a large...
You said I was fully insured! Comprehensive insurance for my car! What the fuck?
She's holding some kind of scroll that it appears the lizard guy gave her. You see on the other side of the gazebo, there's some sort of government building, some sort of like city office with like one guard kind of poking his head out, watching the woman yell at the guy, but he looks like he doesn't want to leave the city office. There's some sort of inn across the street.
Are these people, are they aware that there's alarms going off and stuff?
They seem vaguely aware. I mean, everything seems tense.
Can we hear what is actually being said?
Yes. Apparently, this lizard-like creature is. Let me see if you guys can identify what kind of creature it is. Everybody, do a. Let's do just a perception check, I guess, or no, let's do a wisdom check, difficulty 10.
I know exactly what kind of lizard. What would you get? Did you get a 20?
We both know exactly.
We know exactly what kind of lizard this is, or character this is.
You guys immediately recognize that not only is this some sort of kobold.
It's Dave.
It's Dave. He's like a messenger. You recognize this as like a low-level guy, and you can tell from the argument that he handed this scroll to this woman.
Okay.
The woman is, she's got like a wooden spoon, and she's like poking this guy in the face and yelling at him. And
leave Dave alone.
The woman turns to you and says, "What in the world do you mean?"
Well, you're poking my friend Dave with that spoon there.
Dave turns to you and goes,
Congrats, Dave.
But with gratitude, it's like a really grateful. You see empathy in his eyes, and you.
Typical Dave.
You'd set your watch to this guy.
She said, "This man came to the worst part of the city and issued the worst kind of threat. This is an insult to all of Tinat that he would come here. He needs to leave immediately, or I'm going to beat him to death with this spoon."
And who's she?
You haven't asked?
Okay.
She have like a red cap on that says "Make Tinat great again."
She says her name is Typha. She runs the inn across the streets, and she says it's turned into more of a shelter lately, as Tinat seems to have neglected this part of the outskirts of town, and she takes care of a lot of the people who live in this area. And this guy tried, I guess, to deliver. She tells you this message to the office over there, and the guy wouldn't even talk to him. And she holds up the scroll, and written in horrible, almost indecipherable block letters, as if by a child, it says in the common tongue, "Prepare yourself for invasion," and then some other stuff you can't tell because the scroll's not completely unfurled. But
Not cool, Dave.
Typha is like, this guy's threatening the whole city, and he's come here to do it.
Don't kill the messenger. Where did the message come from?
What? I was laughing at your joke, and I missed the
Where did the message?
exposition.
Can we talk to Dave and ask him wait, is that his name?
Dave turns to you and goes,
Who can communicate
anybody-
with?
Oh, you know what? I have tongues.
But you have snake tongues.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast a little tongues, and I'm gonna go, "Hey, Dave, where'd you get the scroll?"
What is Dave sticking?
Dave the Kobold.
so, Dave goes, and only you hear this tweet, but I'll say your instant translation doesn't mean we have to kick everyone out of the room, of course. He starts to go, thank you. This woman doesn't understand how important this is that I warn you.
He says, "This woman doesn't know how important it is that I'm worried."
He tells you that his name is Dave. No, his name is Yandu.
We call him Dave ever since I think it's
I
H.
stole that
for
name
Dave.
from somewhere clearly, but yeah, Brian knows where. And he says, "Yeah, trying to
Mary
prepare
Poppins, y'all.
I'm trying to warn everyone. This is an incoming invasion.
Who's invading?
My master,
Who's your master?
Storndor.
Storndor.
Yes,
Not the Storndor.
yes. His eyes widen at your ironic reference, and he says, "You know Storndor."
Now, refresh me. Remind me what Storndor's been up to.
He tells you Storndor is his master, and very powerful, and you should all quake as his approach is coming soon.
Hey, here's my question: is Storndor a kobold like you?
He says, "No."
What is Storndor?
Storndor.
He's the brother of aluminum
Can
siding.
you do a quick commercial while I try and nail down some background of Storndor?
This lookup is brought to you by Len Crafters. Quality guys named Len in about an hour. I thought you'd be done by then.
What else about Landcrafters? What else can you get done there? How's the parking?
You know what? First hour is free with validation, but if you lose your ticket, it's $18.
He tells you that Storndor is a great and powerful. He'll call it a worm. Who will arrive shortly.
How's he getting here?
He says, "Yeah." He says, "Flying, of course."
Flying worm?
Yes.
All right. And he's
What color
bringing...
is he?
We've received word that the city is in a state of weakened condition, and we were given this word a week ago, and we prepared this lovely scroll for the people of Tinat. And he points to the scroll that looks like a brain-damaged person sketched it with a piece of charcoal.
Okay.
He says, "We worked very hard to find your tongue."
Looks nice. Very good. Good job, you guys.
Maybe we need to send a message back with him.
Should we?
Like, if you say that in
Can
a threatening
you-
way, I was just thinking, like,
So when does this happen?
Any minute now.
is it a dragon?
Any minute now.
Any minute.
He
now.
looks to the sky. You realize he's speaking a tongue called Yip Yak, and it is a very uncivilized sort of brain inside that skull, and so it may not be clear he understands how time works. So he's looking to the sky, but it also seems like his memory might only like extend into the past for like a couple of neurons, and then like everything else is kind of mishmash to him.
No object permanence or anything.
Pretty much.
All right.
Did he mistake his wife for a hat?
You could never mistake his wife for a hat. Hubba hubba.
Should we?
Hey,
So Yandu has it's Yandu with 2 O's, by the way, everybody.
Yandu. Here's my question to the gang. Do I fly straight up and see if I can see anything? Do we kill this guy? Do we do something to this guy? What do
I
we
feel
do?
like this guy is mistaken.
Typha puts her wooden spoon away and is digging around in a bag on her back for something.
She might take care of it for us.
Yes. Keep eyes on the backpack.
Fly up.
All right, I'm gonna go straight up and just sort of scan the skies while these guys kill this woman.
How high up are you gonna go?
Above the city, enough to kind of go up and spin around a little bit.
Did you just say kill this woman?
Yeah.
We're talking about Twee, remember?
Yeah. I'm on a
and-
roll.
Okay, so as you go up, you a couple of things you notice.
Twee only kills little kids.
I'm gonna give you
She might be pregnant.
2 perception rolls. One for your view of the city of Tinad, and one for the horizon. This is the city.
An 18?
You notice the fungal spire seems to go high above the clouds,
Okay.
and it's pulsing.
Pulsing?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And a 16.
You see a shape to the east
To the east,
in the sky.
in the sky, approaching in the clouds.
Through the clouds. So the clouds part for a moment, and you see a dark shape.
Man, we got to.
Do I see any ground forces anywhere?
Tells the dragon's
Roll one more time for ground forces.
Oh, I meant like for the city, a 3.
Oh, in the city?
Yeah.
You don't see anything because you rolled a 3.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Because I was gonna like zip down and like find some guards or something and go.
Yeah, you don't see. You can't tell.
All right. Well, then I'm just gonna land. Ding. Hey guys, dragon approaching from the east.
We need to convince this woman of that.
Yeah, Typha takes out a frying pan and brains this guy.
And she's gonna go home and attack Jigs for
And
staying
he is
out all
knocked
night.
unconscious.
He's knocked unconscious. Okay.
Good job. Now everybody take cover. I
She
think
spits on him.
you should get inside.
She overheard our conversation.
You rolled high. You figure the dragon could be as many as a couple hours away, but it was probably very large.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's
I can
some-
see it from a distance.
You should tell her
Yeah,
and tell her to spread the word.
she's right here, right? Oh no, she
Yeah.
didn't. And he translated, so she knows that
Yeah,
something's
she's
coming.
she's
Okay.
like, oh shit. She calls one of the people who is standing over, and she says, Brektar, go tell the guard what we just learned, and Brektar runs off.
Who? Brett Dar?
Yeah. Brektar is a friend of hers. He clearly is homeless, but he does what he's told. The guy
his pan.
the guy from the city office, the guard. Now that the kobold is unconscious, he looks like he shuts and locks the door.
We're not really in any shape to fight a dragon right now.
No.
Typha.
How do we get in that sort of shape?
We'd have to. We'd have to
Typha
rest.
says you're
Couple
welcome to rest in the inn free of charge.
But you said a couple hours. That's going to be here. That doesn't do us any
We
good.
don't have anybody who can help.
Well, let's go inside the inn, I guess, for now, and then while we talk about this, and then
she shows you a room and says she was just about to go on vacation, so this is really irritating her.
probably now would actually be a great time to do that, though. Then
Yeah,
Maybe
Ibiza's
just-
nice when there's
Like,
dragons
if
here.
You can go ahead and go, and we'll watch.
Like if
the-
you
we'll watch
need a
the-
cook, I'm happy to go with you. But
We saw your pan usage. Quick with the pan.
yeah, she says she was not
cook
born of
brains nice.
royal enough blood, but she would have been a soldier if someone had let her.
cool. Well, what do we do now, guys?
I'm gonna start relearning spells, and I'm gonna try to.
Yeah, she takes you to a big room that's got 10 beds in it, and it looks like their best room. The sheets don't look like they have bed bugs, but they're very thin and don't look like they've been washed in the last couple of days.
Cool.
But it looks like it's for soldiers.
Okay.
What's the long rest? There's no way we're getting an actual long rest right now, right?
Not necessarily. I'll throw Esmeralda a couple of bones because she's a native of Tinat. The walls are very high, and as large as this dragon is, you feel like something about the formality of the messenger doesn't necessarily imply that combat is about to happen.
Okay.
Also, everybody do. What kind of check should I make this? Oh, do a history check.
Oh.
Everybody do a history check.
History check.
Let's check your history bonuses. Bodhi, you get +0. Esmeralda, you get +4.
+4.
Same with
Oh,
Twee.
I got a 3 plus 4.
I got an
I got a
11.
6 total.
11.
Oh, Tom, you realize there is a good chance that this dragon will issue some kind of threat and will be sentient and highly intelligent and won't necessarily lay siege.
Oh. All right. Dragon's gonna come talk to us.
I have an 18. With
It's voiced by Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yes, actually, that would give you a lot more information.
Now we got a historian over here.
Yeah, even though he's got a
He's a
terrible
barbarian,
bonus,
I know.
it suddenly clicked in his head that he's heard this about dragons. So, because a kobold messenger was sent, it's definitely a declaration of some kind of war, but it's the early stages. So you feel like what you're more likely to see in the next couple of hours is a dragon and more kobolds, but not necessarily instant combat.
Okay.
It depends how the city reacts, you think. You've heard of dragons approaching cities with a formal warning, and it usually means that they're kind of mocking the city a little bit.
Okay, I tell them all that.
Great.
Let's get our sleep on.
Yes.
Sweet.
I changed into PJs.
Is anyone gonna? Great. Everyone take out your fleece. And
Watch.
And we still
you
have
may want to
Elzid-
do watch still.
we
Yeah,
have
you're in a
Elzid,
poor part
Falcon
of
Crow.
town.
We have Elzid with us, right? Do we? Still
No, you don't have Elzid with you.
What
You're not in
happened
a
to
bonus
Elzid?
episode for
Oh,
Christ's sake.
duh.
Elzid.
Yeah, you're right.
Are you high yet?
No, but that totally threw me off. It's been crazy.
Yeah,
We
the
just
bonus
did
episodes are confusing, huh?
Yeah.
It is.
Well, it would be one thing if we were different characters. Not that I want to be a different character. I love playing Bodhi all the way through, but it is confusing. So, but
Yeah,
I'll shut up.
I think when we're done with Tomb of Annihilation, we gotta think of some twist to make that easier.
Yeah.
Because occasionally, sorry, I just had a mouthful of shake. Listeners will say the same thing.
Right.
They'll be
Ew,
like,
you ate shake?
I don't know.
That stuff's nasty.
But let's. Who else can we use in this fight? And who have we already met that we can warn? Wasn't there a guy that we were following earlier? Or
Captain
Yeah, but he's-
Kenwald?
is
We
that from
split
a
up
different
in-
game too?
No,
we split
okay,
up
so
in it.
Well, they've let the guards know now,
Right,
right?
okay.
So they should have that info.
Okay, cool.
you could also talk to Taifa, who seemed very friendly to you,
Right.
not the guy she brained.
Oh, okay. Well, I would tell her that it's just it's not just it's a declaration of war, but not to expect anything right away. But
Okay.
there probably will be more of those.
Why is a dragon declaring war on this place? It's weird.
Well, it's not necessarily a dragon declaring war. They're using a dragon, right? It's those. What'd you call those guys?
Again, because you rolled an 18, I'll throw you this bone. You do think the dragon is declaring war.
Oh, okay.
You
The dragon
Never
personally?
mind. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a
Oh, so
dragon
they're
is
taking
declaring
advantage
war.
of the
Weaknesses.
Yeah,
Yes,
I would
yeah.
also say, you know what? Here, I'll make you do another. Everyone do an intelligence check, difficulty 10. I love doing these kind of rolls.
Yep.
So you guys piece it together. Whoever was planning the attack on the college let a dragon know the city would be in a state of vulnerability.
Okay.
But at least that it's a possibility.
I
Okay.
kind of want to climb the fungus tower.
Yeah, we should see what's
into
up
the-
above
Into the clouds.
Fungus Tower. Oh, can I take this opportunity? Maybe I can do what? Can I watch and study at the same time, or do I have to do one or the other?
No, you can do, but I mean, I think we should say though that you're gonna be on watch for blank number of hours, and you're dedicating an hour.
Right.
or-
I was just thinking. I wanted
studious
to look at
watch.
the chart, the star chart, and also we should get rest if we can, so that we're all charged up.
Okay.
I was gonna say if somebody wants to, if you want to go check out the tower, if I can cast fly on you, and I can stay here and learn spells.
I tried to fart earlier, but I star charted.
Well, actually, I don't. Dear. Maybe it's
Here
not
I
Star
said,
Trek, whatever.
lovely-hearted.
I have an amulet that lets me cast. You said hover at the time, but I couldn't find that spell. Is that a specific?
Oh, for the love of Pete, let me go look that up.
For the love of Pete.
It's probably not the same as flying up above the clouds. Hovering sounds pretty
Up above clouds.
lame compared to flying.
Mavis, lay down.
What, hovering?
Lay down, sweetie.
It's a hover spell. It goes with your vape spell.
I'm trying.
I know, just without knowing that you're talking to a dog, just like that Brian
People
softly
know.
is, lay down, sweetie.
People have heard. I called her Mavis first. You didn't hear me. But.
I'm going to say
It's Jay Leno's wife under the table.
it's unique,
There we go.
the amulet. And so it does allow you to basically fly, but only like 5 feet off the ground.
So hover, pretty lame. Okay, so
I call it a Ducati.
But you want to, have him cast fly on you? How much time are you going to spend scouting after he does this? Checking out the tower.
Well, I wanted to look at the map first.
Okay.
Figure out what we got because
Great.
we never really did that. So
How many hours are you going to look at the map?
1.
Okay, roll a
I'm pretty smart.
Roll a wisdom check, and we'll just go by the scale of what it is.
Wisdom or intelligence?
Yeah, you're right. It's intelligence.
I only say that because I always.
No, intelligence is like present tense. Wisdom is like past tense. I saw what that was.
I get to re-roll though because you weren't sure what I was rolling.
No, I said it was intelligence.
Well, I failed it no matter what. So
You by
Punch a
looking
wall.
at the star chart, you're only kind of reminded of a few things. There are multiple locations on the map. There's something about the map seems to imply there's some sort of glowing tower
right.
in multiple locations.
Right, that probably at each of the colleges. It says Sarah, but apparently not Esmeralda.
Correct.
Why don't I give it to this intelligent man?
The star
Twee.
chart?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you guys resting while
They're
we're
all
doing this?
basically sleeping.
Okay, well, when my turn is over, then I'll trade.
Okay, so you're gonna go fly now. You wake him up to go give you a quick fly spell. And
Oh, well, then can I spend another couple hours if I have to be on call anyway? I'd rather let them sleep and I'll just try to.
scout for a couple hours?
No, I want to look at the chart more. I just want to stare at it.
Roll a 20 again.
I'm taking different 20.
There's a lot to see in the chart, so
There's a tower, too.
right now apparently close Google. I had Google open. For
20. Ooh. With my
All right.
bonus or whatever.
So the next
Now
hour,
you learned everything from the chart.
yes, you're gonna figure out. This chart is in some kind of old form of Elven language, and it is likely Drow. You can't quite read it because you don't know the Drow language, but you figure that out. You figure out the town of Gostel, where there's another college, definitely has its own spire charted to show up. You realize that you probably would have heard from Twee about whether he saw a glowing spire from there because of how far away he seemed to see that dragon. So just based on the fact that he was up there, you're like, oh, he would have seen like another glowing tower if it was the same height, at least. Like you feel like, okay.
Okay, so
You'd
it's
see
not
that Eye of Sauron from a distance.
there. So it's not there yet.
No. And you also notice a few weird things about the moon because you rolled a critical. You notice there's way more detail to
The
this.
moon in the sky or the moon on the
Moon
chart?
in the star chart. There's way more detail on this than you've ever seen a map of the moon before, and you think you see some kind of civilization mapped on the moon.
Yay, Moon Man.
Yeah. So,
Moonies.
that is your next hour.
Okay. Well, now is it time for me to wake people up? I'm tired.
Yeah, you haven't flown or scouted or anything yet.
Well, I can't fly unless I wake up Twee also,
Correct.
right?
So if
I'm
you're-
relearning spells.
Oh, I thought-
So I've been up for maybe
okay.
an hour.
All right, then if he wants me to do it, I'll do it.
Okay.
I don't mind.
Decide what you're going to do next, and then something's going to happen externally from that.
Okay.
Up and away in my beautiful,
And you go,
fly spell.
As you rise, everybody who's asleep do a Constitution check. So just you two.
I can't, I'm asleep.
You're doing a sleepy Constitution.
I constituted the bed.
Both of you guys wake up as you hear a doof outside.
What was that?
You don't know. You're inside. There's no
What
windows.
was that noise?
I think somebody sideswiped my
Where am I?
Odyssey.
This room has no view. There's no windows.
Where am I?
You're still inside with fly cast on you. What do you want to do?
Fly out the window? Oh, you just said there's no windows?
Nope. You can go out the front door.
Fly out the front door.
Sweet. You go down the hallway to the front door. Typha's
Flying's great,
It's
isn't it?
fun. I see why you like it so much.
You move very fast, and Typha's already outside, and she's shaking her head. You don't see anything right away, but Typha's looking.
What's she looking at?
She says, "Looks like the dragon's here."
That guy does have a bad sense of time.
And you hear a screeching noise coming from inside the city walls. You don't hear any rumbling. You don't hear sounds of combat.
Okay.
But it sounds like there's a dragon inside the city.
Okay.
That was fast.
How long is it? It's been a couple hours.
2 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, it has.
You guys got a little shut-eye.
You guys just woke up.
Oh, right. Gotcha.
Okay, so I'm going to zoom straight up into the air.
Typha goes, "Oh, see ya."
In a really cool way. And, and then...
She goes, "Whoa!"
and I'm going to try to look at what's happening in the town, but also go up above the cloud cover to check out what's happening with the tower.
Great. Roll
It is
a
great.
perception check, won't you?
Okay.
Let's do a city one and a tower one. So first city.
Okay. 16.
Great. So you notice that there is a dragon parked in the city square in front of the castle keep where you guys had all met the Thane of Tinat.
What kind of car does he drive?
He's sort of sitting there, and he looks like he might be talking to somebody inside the city,
Okay.
but he does not look nice. And
Okay.
what did you roll? 16? It's a black chromatic dragon.
Ooh, those aren't good. I'm relearning fly, even though it's in my loot, just to make sure I'm covered.
Okay. Roll for spying on the spire.
17.
It goes as far up as you can see.
Does it go
Disconcertingly high
to
up.
the moon?
You can't see the moon because of the clouds, but it goes way up
Wait, I
through
said
some
I wanted to go
clouds.
past the clouds.
Past the clouds? Ooh, do a constitution check, difficulty of 12.
19.
Ooh, shit. Do you get a bonus?
No.
Okay. So you get a really high, you do make it through the clouds, you start to get a little dizzy, but you don't pass out or lose your ability to perceive. And it goes about as close to the moon as the eye can see. It seems to kind of do a corkscrew very slowly too. It's hard to kind of place how long it is before there's a big bend, but it almost looks like it does, like a very slow, as the miles go, corkscrew towards the moon.
So it's big space elevator helix thing.
Also, you do not see any other glowing strands towards the moon.
Okay, well that's a plus, I guess. Right.
And it's pretty thick, like it's as thick as a tower, but it is, it's so long it almost looks thin, like a
Right.
tiny little thread as it goes to the edge of your vision.
How do we get in there?
You did end some kind of ritual that appeared to be creating a door.
Yeah.
Whether that was going to impede your own ability to get inside or not, you're not sure, but it definitely stopped them from opening the kind of door they wanted for the tower.
Okay, I dive back down to everybody.
Great. Typha goes, "Holy shit. You're a flying knight or some shit." That was fan-friggin-tastic. Are you sure you don't need a cook?
You're welcome to join us.
She's like, do you want her to join you?
I literally say you're welcome to join us. It's up to her.
Oh, you're putting it all in the NPC's hands. Let's see what the dice say. She goes, "All right."
Cool, guys. We have a cook now.
She's got a +4 pan.
She says, "Let me get packing and let some of the other people around here know I'm going to take my vacation a day early."
I hope she's not like that mean cook on TV who yells at people.
Mel?
She beat the shit out of a kobold. You notice the kobold's not in the street anymore. You're not sure what happened to it. It's not laying in a pile like it was when you went in the inn.
Yeah, he was just unconscious, so.
Do you go back inside, tell him you said? Everybody else? Do you check in?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, so she gives you guys a scoop on the dragon in the middle of the town square, the height of the spire. Are you going to do any more resting?
I don't think we need to, do we?
Well, I didn't rest at all.
Okay,
but,
so yes.
Okay.
But should one of us try to go talk to the dragon, or are we just going to find out what happened after that?
I don't want to talk to a dragon.
Yeah.
Well, he's not. Okay. All right, I do need to rest if I want to have any spells again ever. But.
So you clock out. What do you guys want to do? You're welcome
Try
to
to get
get
some
more rest
breakfast
if you want.
someplace.
I want to look at that star chart.
Okay. How long
Where
you
is
guys
the
gonna-
dragon?
I'm going to try to translate the
Where's
star
the
chart.
dragon in relation to us?
You are on the other side of the wall. You've left the city. The dragon's inside the city. In the middle, you're like probably a few hours from being able to get all the way back in the city. And
Okay,
talk
well,
to
I'm
this
going to
thing.
stay with them, with everybody else.
Yeah. What languages do you know?
Well, I'm going to use comprehend languages.
Okay. Well, now you know it's Drowish, so you got a heads up there.
So
Funny, it doesn't look drowish.
Hi.
We've only done that joke 7 times.
Oh, there's gonna be plenty more, Dan.
Tonight.
So I don't know where that spell is, but I'll find it.
Do you remember you have that giant plate of cheese fries on the other side of your...
Yeah, the
I told
dragon.
everyone they could have some.
The dragon is hanging out.
I
on
did
the
forget. I've already been stuffing pretzels and chocolate into my mouth while we've been playing. I'm kind of saving the fries for our mid-episode break.
Yeah, I wondered why you put them on the other side of your...
It looks like the dragon's going to eat them. Hold on.
Languages.
Take a
All right, well, you
picture.
do comprehend languages. I'm going to put cheese fries on my face.
It's duration is 1 hour, so obviously I'm going to study for an hour.
All right.
You also understand any written language that you see, but you must be touching the surface on which the words are written. All right.
Looked better a half hour ago.
Takes about 1 minute to read one page of text.
Great. You get to read the shit out of this star chart.
All right. I'm gonna as I read it, I'm gonna write out the translation.
Who star charted?
Look how hungry.
Oh, hungry dragon.
Cheese fries, I'm a dragon.
All right. Roll to see how much detail I give you in one fell swoop. Holy shit. You may want to take notes or re-listen to this episode later because I'm going to tell you way more than you're going to remember.
Once upon a
Well,
time.
you tell me one name and I'll forget it. So
Yeah, no shit. I'm going to start saying
Hey.
it now. Fucking stoner weirdo.
stoner.
I know.
Just a
marijuana makes me
weirdo.
paranoid.
Does it?
Yeah, makes me think I pee in my pants all the time.
Oh, that's fun.
It's not.
You ever have
That's why they call it pot.
God, I wish that did that to me. That would be
Do you ever have
awesome.
a CT scan? I've had dozens of these. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
bro. They inject you with iodine.
Yeah.
And you think like you've never felt more like you peed your pants in your life.
Weird.
You get this warm,
Yeah.
wet feeling in your extremities, and like it feels like your hands are peeing their pants, even though your hands don't have pants.
Yeah,
like
it's a contrast fluid that they put into in an IV.
Yeah, so
And it goes through. It just instantly heats up every
I remember the
capillary.
heat and I remember the metallic taste, but I don't
Yes.
remember. I don't remember any.
Yeah, they go.
Can't-
They warn
results
you.
may differ.
Also,
But-
I love that your description was that your hands don't have pants, and that's why.
But it
can't-
feels like they're peeing them.
But it feels like
because it does feel like a very like your skin is turning into like wet washcloth. Like it's the whole it's
Weird.
not great. But it's weirder than it is uncomfortable. Like you more just want to tell somebody, which is why I'm like bringing it up because like I remember they warn you. You
Yeah.
fill out like 30 forms before you
Yeah.
can take one of these things, and even then like the tech will be like. Just so you know, you might get a weird sensation like you peed your pants. But you still do like a triple take to them after they inject you and go, I feel it!
Yeah.
I'm peeing my pants!
I'm peeing my entire
I am
bloodstream.
getting that weird
They high
sensation.
five you and they're like, congrats.
Again, I did not have that experience, but I believe that it
Oh
must
man,
be a.
it's
You've had a million. You've had a ton of them.
Did you
too,
have an
so-
iodine injection specifically? Yeah, I don't know. I
with
don't know.
contrast, right? It's
Yeah,
that
it's
kind,
a
yeah.
contrast.
Some
There's
people get hooked on that shit.
There's
man.
so many different kinds of contrast they can do. Like
You're
I
shooting
think it's
up
is
iodine
it
all
a
the
PET
time.
scan or it's like a P CAT scan or something where
What's
they
a PET scan?
they inject you with the radioactive isotope. That's a fun one.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a little better than the cat pee scan.
That's just a black light.
Oh my god. I feel like I was just in a boxing match from how hard that joke hit me. in the stomach.
Sorry, Dan. You want to go let's go get some cat scans.
Tom, Based on this map, you realize it was written by someone who is trying to speak Drow, but they've got some weird kind of uncivilized slang. You also realize slotted to also have its own spire. You're not sure why, but based on her telling you about Gostel having its own mage college, that these places probably have their own mage college. The town of Gantham, Durelth, Vesta, and Tenchel.
Where? Gantham?
Gantham, Durelth, Vesta, and Tenchel all seem to have glowing silver spires drawn on them and going up to the moon. The Drowish explanation for this is our Lord and Master resides on the moon. She will reign supreme once again.
Sincerina.
The moon lady.
And all the spires on the map look the same.
Mm-hmm. They do seem to form some sort of pattern as if to either connect or draw in the moon. So you're like, oh, that's interesting.
It's 5 points.
Yes.
Is it a 5-pointed star by any
Didn't you guys know that the moon?
Oh,
was
it's technically like six, but there's something weird about it where they kind of cross. You're not sure what's going on with the actual drawing, but it looks almost like because there's also Gostel and there's Roke. So you've got a total of 6. You've been to Roke, you know about Gostel. You haven't been to Gantham, Durelth, Vesta, or Tenchel. But you're like, yeah, this is...
And didn't you guys know that the moon was going to crash into here or something?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I imagine the tendrils are going to bring the moon down into the...
Something like that seems incredibly likely from what you just read. Based on your magnificent roll.
So we just have to, destroy these towers?
Yeah, I guess just...
Or the moon. Or all the people on this planet. Maybe just the children.
You also get the strong. You also get the strong sense that there is some kind of living god on the moon.
Right. Well, I've known that all my life.
That is super evil and not nice.
And where do the dragons fit in?
You've only got the vaguest idea of why there's a black chromatic dragon sea, but it seems like maybe these drow or somebody alerted a local dragon.
It's just a way to help.
Ask me.
Yeah, but could we possibly get the dragon to destroy the tower?
Possibly.
Yeah,
Doubtful,
I
but
like
yeah,
that idea.
possibly. If we
talk
can
to
get
him.
the dragons on our side, I don't know. They're kind of hard to.
Everybody do another history check.
Oh, man, I feel like he's going to be like, you dumbasses.
2, 5. Sorry, a 5.
17?
6.
Actually, you're asleep. You don't get to Esmeralda. They're still talking while you're sleeping, so you can't contribute to this dragon.
Maybe you can dream about my joke about the god that lives on the moon.
What did you roll, Blaine?
17. Ask me what god lives on the moon.
What god lives on the moon?
This dragon is, you just remember, probably very evil.
Okay.
Yeah, the same thing.
Okay. Well, so's Twee, so...
No, not yet.
Speaking of which, the following
I'm
thought
just kidding.
occurs to you.
Sleep talking.
I'm going to write this down. Can I get a
Twee,
note
a.k.a.
or
Albert
something?
Fish.
The world's emptiest toy store, Toys R Us. The lamest selection, Toys Were Us.
That just makes me sad.
Me too.
Yeah.
Never a fan.
I don't want to
Really?
grow up.
Never.
You don't like toys or joy?
Yeah, I used to like the toy store, the neighborhood toy stores I could go to before Toys R Us wiped them all out.
I'm just...
What, in the 70s?
Yes.
Well, no. But it's,
I mean, Toys R
true,
Us
you're
has
right.
been like the go-to forever.
I never liked it. It's always been like Walmart to me.
No, I always liked it. Like when I really collected before I was with Melanie, when I, before I had a girl that liked me.
Before the prequels?
I collected a lot of toys, and that was where I got them. I mean, and then once I had my son, it's been like a weekend
I think
trip.
it's more that I
like
just miss
a
neighborhood
weekly
toy
trip.
stores.
Yeah, I like but they're still, like Karen's is cool, Tom's is a a cool independent, like, do you know Tom's Toys? There's a Tom's in Pasadena. There's also one in Santa Barbara.
Oh, yeah, I've been to
They're
those.
cool. But that's the old school type.
Yeah. I miss those places.
Yeah.
Do you need me to go in the other room
I
and
get
explain
it.
you that note?
Yeah, sorry.
All right.
I also
now you
got in
gotta
a
go
big
to
argument
fucking-
with the manager at Toys R Us.
Now you
once.
got to go to fucking Target.
Yeah, which is not really a great toy store.
No, it's not a toy store. It's a
What was the other? Did you guys have KB toy?
Yeah,
KB.
KB.
Toys?
yeah. KB got bought out by or got sold to Toys R Us years ago, right? Or yeah.
Somebody. They went away. There'll be some other toys.
You guys
I'm sure.
have pieced all this together on the star map while she's asleep, and she's now been asleep for as long as she wanted to basically catch up with you guys and get 2 hours. So.
Well, oh, that's not a long rest.
No, you could rest more if you want, but
Yeah, I roll over in my sleep and just
Okay.
keep sleeping.
what else do you guys want to do? Anything else you want to accomplish? Or you want to wait out her rest?
We all healed up.
There's only one other thing I'm going to have happen to you if you want to just hang out in the room.
You guys lost your spell slots too, right? I mean, the guys.
Yeah, they could
the
go
other
back to
guys who
sleep
have
if they
spells?
wanted to and get more of their spell slots back.
I'll do it.
Cool. After a couple more hours, Typha knocks on your door, and she is ready to go.
Housekeeping. Housekeeping.
Yeah, what? I didn't order any.
What are you going to cook for us?
Housekeeping.
She says, "You're all very rude. If you'd like, I can beat you up
We're
really
just being
good."
funny.
Oh, well, you might have to explain more of your jokes to me because that didn't sound very funny.
Whatever.
Okay.
You sure your name's not Twitter?
No, my name's Typha. Is that a joke?
Yeah, it was another joke.
Ignore them. Typha.
Typha's a real wet end.
She says, "Where are we headed?"
We are going to go try to talk to the. No, what are we going to do?
Gonna go to
We're going to
Toys
go one
R
of these
Us.
other schools.
We're gonna. Oh yeah. Well, we have a list of places that are
Now
going to
that
be.
I assume he
fucked.
tells us all the info that he got.
Yes. Blah 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 blah.
You're all caught
Exchanged.
up. You're just.
Is that the way to
outside-
go, or do we start taking? Do we destroy this tower or this this link and then go to the next one and
Yeah,
destroy
maybe
the
we
link?
should just destroy them.
Yeah,
each.
instead of going to another one and
Yeah.
going, oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
everyone
Yeah, I
do, let's say, an intelligence check.
Okay.
17.
This one I'm going to write a note to whoever does better than
16.
18. If anyone does an 18.
Nope.
Anyone
Brian, you're our only hope.
do I have any bonuses on that? No.
for intelligence? Bodhi?
No, he doesn't.
Oh, I can use my bonus to get a 19.
Oh, yeah? Okay, so
I got a
the following thing
17.
occurs to you.
He's evil. He's not going to tell us what it is.
I'm not evil.
It's up to him.
He'll be nice to
not.
us. We're not an innocent kid.
I don't even feel bad.
Twee.
I was all for killing that kid. By the way.
You were?
If you can read this, Blaine.
Yeah. Okay.
Blaine reading you.
You
this
can,
is
you can
brought to
explain
you
that,
by.
that occurs to you pretty clearly, and you can say it how you want to the rest of the party.
Is that seances?
Yes.
People at these towns may die in their own demony seances.
Right. If we don't get to go to save these other towns, then that's because that's how all these people died when they did the.
They got messed up.
So if we spend time with the tower, is that what he's?
They'll-
Okay, so then we can prevent the towers from being started if we
Right.
go to.
Oh,
the other
okay,
towns.
gotcha. So these other towns don't necessarily have the tendril already, or whatever.
They
this
don't
is.
have them yet.
Did the star map seem to show an order in which these towers would show up?
You rolled pretty high. I'll
I
say
did.
yes.
Probably
All right.
just go to the closest town first. Right?
It's in Paris, France.
The spire locations have numbers assigned to them.
Okay.
Roke, Gostel,
Is this the order? 1, 2?
and this is the order that I said them, so this may look familiar. Roke, Gostel, Gantham, Durelth, Vesta, Tenchel.
Got it. All right. So
To Gostel.
Roke, we already know. Ghostal.
Gostel, we gotta go to.
Yeah, and Typha even says, "Yeah, Gostel's just about a half day's journey to the south."
Let's boogie on
go to
down
Gostel.
to
Great. Are your horses in the stable?
I'm sorry?
What is that? Dragon still in there
As far as you know, yes.
talking to these people?
As far as you know, yes.
Are they? No, and nobody's attacked.
Whoa.
And nobody's attacking this dragon, or is there some sort of like? Is there a
This episode's brought to you by Fabulous Thunderbirds.
rabbit hole?
So yeah, Typha kind of looks at you and smiles. You know, she's got her bags of cooking supplies on her back, and she says,
we don't have any horses.
Yeah, what do you mean?
We just walked here.
Stable's right over there. You didn't like leave your horses?
No, we can get some, I suppose.
Oh, remember when I said it was going to be about half a day?
Yeah, that's
Be-
our horse.
Be a few days. Walk.
Can we get some
Do we have
horses?
horses?
Yeah, we're gonna commandeer some horses. I don't think that's gonna be a problem. We were allowed to take anything we wanted from the keep, so.
When you say commandeer, she lights up and says, "I like it." I like it.
Yeah, where's the guard stables?
So there are guard stables just a little bit south. You go a couple buildings south. You'd already seen you'd seen there were stables here already. I mentioned it, and yeah, there's a very lightly guarded stable. There's one guard hanging out there, and as you approach with Typha, he says, "Hail and well met."
Hi. What's his name? What's his name? Ken?
We were inside with Captain Kenwald. We were told to come here and gather our horses for the next part of our journey. We're the Travelers. You may have heard of us.
The Travelers. You get a +1 bonus for mentioning Captain Kenwald by name, but roll a persuasion check, please. Difficulty 12.
Perhaps you've heard of our insurance.
Esmeralda, you already have a persuasion bonus of +2.
I didn't get it even with
He
the
goes, "Oh, should I call for Captain Kenwald? Because we don't just give out horses. I mean, you guys came here
have a
by carriage,
telephone?
if I remember right. So,
How are you going to call for him? Pass it on.
I mean, I'll call over one of the guys from the city council office.
Time is of the essence. Are you aware there's a dragon?
Necessary.
Yeah. it's
Not necessary, you say.
We really need to do this. So,
Are you being nice or a little forceful?
forceful.
Okay. What'd you roll? I saw you roll that dice. What did it say? Don't know. What did it say?
That was just for.
No. What was your practice
Persuasion.
roll? That
10.
I would 10. You have a +4 to intimidation. So he goes, "Whoa, relax. Don't need to rip my throat out. You can have 5 horses. It's fine."
Perfect. We'll take them.
All right. Wrap him up.
I picked a good one. He looked like he could run.
Um,
Up on his back and away I did ride.
As you guys mount up the horses, you see what looks like headed down the road towards you a small army.
Weird.
From where?
The south, where you're headed.
Oh, where we're headed? And there's an army coming towards us.
You see about 50 shapes.
Are they gray?
What do you mean?
50 shapes.
Oh, 50 shapes of you.
Oh, although that's actually a good question. Look at them with the scarab.
Oh, yeah.
Are they
Sure.
gray swirling?
I'll scare him.
You see some scarlet swirls.
Oh dear.
See, that was great. The 50 Shades of Grey, and what it actually
Yeah,
mattered.
plan comes together.
It's a very colorful exchange.
Okay. Let's ride towards these guys. That's where we're going anyway, right?
What is red?
They're
Bad.
They're evil.
Red is bad. Okay.
They're evil for sure.
Evil.
Are they human?
No. As you approach on horseback, you realize they're all kobolds.
Are they on horse?
Okay.
So they're southern.
No, they're on foot.
Okay, cool.
They're tiny, right?
Yeah, they're all carrying spears, and a couple of them have
We've
swords
wiped out
and
kobolds
shields.
before.
Yeah, we've taken out kobolds.
Yeah, they're
50?
about 50 of them.
Yeah,
And they're
still
armed.
not a threat.
Are they threatening to us?
They
they trying to
do
go past us?
As you approach, they stop, and the guys up front with the shields plant the shields on the ground.
Oh, fuck them.
Go around
Well,
him.
wait.
We can go around him.
Yeah, but let's hack and slash at them as we go around them.
If you wish. It's going to take longer.
I was just gonna say, if we're trying to get to the town to save people from the towers,
I was saying, let's ride around.
All right,
the
let's
city
ride
guard
around
should be able to take care of the kobolds.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Kobolds.
If we ride around them and they try to fight us, then I will kill every single one of them.
Yeah, let's glare at them while we're riding around.
Yeah, that's a good idea, though. Hold on, because I have
glaring.
I have
Because
intimidation.
I'll tell you, you see that they put some arrows to bow and don't fire.
Okay, I'm giving them the biggest stink eye I've ever given anybody.
Is there a goal?
What? No, just to let us fucking go without fighting.
Intimidate them.
Stare 'em down?
Intimidating,
Great.
like
This is
staring
gonna
them down.
You're intimidating an entire army?
Yes, of little assholes.
Intimidation difficulty 16.
19. Let's see. That's 13 plus. I got 16.
All right. So they keep their arrows in the bow, but nobody fires. They
I
stay
also
perfect.
will intimidate them.
This is wholly unnecessary, but what happens?
You can only screw it up.
I rolled a 20. It's 7 plus 13.
You don't have a 13 bonus to your intimidation. How is that possible?
My charisma's 20.
Holy shit, you do!
Why aren't you persuading everybody?
This
of
is the
everything?
highest bonus that
Get a
any of you
chance.
have in your skills. I'm gonna have to remember that Tom is intimidating.
I have a
as
huge
fuck.
intimidation.
I don't have any good.
He's Vin Diesel,
I'm
for
hoping
Christ's
that-
sakes,
yeah.
of course.
I just say, run away.
As you make the long way around, you see one kobold just ever so slightly pee his pants.
Every episode.
Ralph looking at us. And
Let's
that'll do
invaded
it.
those purple berries.
As you stare down the army and head south towards the city of Gostel.
Next week is episode 8. Thanks for listening. Anybody got anything? Well, Mad Magazine, of course.
Yes.
What's the name of Jerry's book? Let's plug it on a regular
Analog,
episode.
yeah.
And it is really good.
Our pal Jerry Duggan was here on one of the bonus episodes. Listen to Patreon if you want to check those out.
It's like a post.
You got it. Those
age,
bonus
like
episodes
noir.
have been so fun lately. The one he did with Chris Martin was the two.
He
were
brought
so
Sir
fun.
Richard back from the dead to fight. So
all
if
we
you, come,
needed.
if you come back for the bonus episodes next month, Sarah, then you get to see Sir Richard again.
But he's a great writer, funny dude, and I haven't checked out Analog yet, but I will. And our listeners, I'd love it if you guys would check it out for Jerry. Remember Jerry? Don't forget Jerry.
Don't forget Jerry.
Read his comic. And to Jerry's point, he mentioned this. Tell your realtor, or you're not a realtor. Your what are they called? The people who run the comic book shops.
Oh, yeah.
Distributor?
The
What are they?
buyer, the comic book
Retailer.
retailer, yes.
Why could I not say retailer?
Everything I touch turns to comics.
My years of fixing computers for realtors suddenly came back to haunt me, and I thought of it as like a word that people care about. Yes.
And new dates on BrianPosehn.com. Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening to another episode of Nerd Poker. You can follow us at patreon.com/nerdpoker, and you get bonus episodes from there. And you can also send us anything at P.O. Box 16069, Encino, California 91416. Thanks for listening.